Okay, so Roger Ver from Bitcoin.com is going to talk to us about what's going on with the Bitcoin Cash fork. Bitcoin.com CEO ロジャー・バーが今からちょっとビットコインキャッシュのハードフォークに関してどういうことが起きているかお話ししてくれます。じゃあお願いします。
Thank you all for coming. Thank you for supporting Bitcoin Cash. And thank you, Tracy, at the Pink Cow for being the first business in all of Japan to start accepting Bitcoin way back in 2012 or 2013, I think it was. And here she is accepting Bitcoin Cash today. So thank you, Tracy. And we're glad to pack the house on Wednesday night here. And come here when it's not Wednesday, when there's not a meetup. Come here anytime. Like Tracy's happy to accept Bitcoin Cash anytime, I think. So yeah, so come and tell your friends and download the Marco Coino app so you can find all the other great places in Tokyo that accept Bitcoin Cash. So, and for those of you that are worried about your Bitcoin Cash, don't worry. The fork is done. It wasn't even a fork. It was basically just an upgrade. You can pay for your burritos. You can pay for your beer. You can pay for whatever you want here tonight in Bitcoin Cash. For those of you that are worried about the Bitcoin SV or BSV token, they're still inside your Bitcoin.com wallet. We don't know how many more days they'll have a value for. Maybe it'll go on for years. Maybe it'll fizzle out in a couple more days here. If you want to convert your BSV into Bitcoin Cash or something else, the exchange that's made it the easiest, maybe Kraken has. We can ask Alan here in a minute. But CoinEx is fantastic. They use the same deposit addresses for both BCH and BSV. So you can just send the money from your Bitcoin.com wallet to CoinEx.com and it'll credit you for both. Alan, is the same true of Kraken or?
Presently not, but...
Presently not. I'm a shareholder in Kraken, so I'm rooting for Kraken.
Yeah, so we've enabled trading. And is possible, but I don't have the inside info on whether or not they'll be the same addresses. So, yeah.
Can I do a job, please? ビットコインキャッシュのハードフォークで皆さん心配してると思うんですけど、ビットコインキャッシュはそのままいつも通り使えるので、今日もみんなビールやブリトーとかビットコインキャッシュを使って買ってます。ビットコインのハードフォークはもうそんな心配することじゃなくてビットコインキャッシュがもうアップグレードしたってことなのでいつも通り今でも使えます。でビットコイン .com のウォレットに入ってる SB コインに関してはもしそういうのを売りたい人とかいるとすればもうこれからどれだけ値段がつくかはわからないけどすぐ値段消えるかもしれないしもうちょっと続くかもしれないけどそういうのを売ったりとかそういうコインを分けるとかそういうのに興味ある人はぜひ CoinEx っていう交換所取引所CoinEx にコインを送れば自動的にビットコインキャッシュとビットコイン SB に向こうがスプリットしてくれるのでそこで自分でもし売りたかったりとかしたければそこでできます。
I feel bad because I can understand Japanese so much better than I can speak it. So that's exactly what I would have said. And so yeah, I think we're right back to where we were like a couple weeks ago, except we have an even better and improved version of Bitcoin Cash with more scalability and more new features and more stuff happening. So just use it like you've always been and try out purse.io if you haven't tried it already. You can save 20 or 30% on every purchase from Amazon and it works great with Amazon.jp as well as Amazon.com. So try that. And I think Joro has a list of questions, but I'll let him translate what I just said before we do the questions.
で今だと、要はビットコインキャッシュも何週間前だった状態と、同じ状態だけど、アップグレードしたってことで新しい機能も足されて新しい使い方もこれで出てきました。でいつも通り使えてもし皆さんも使いたい人たちは pass.io もしくは pass.jp とかで使って Amazon で 15% から 30% のディスカウントそのまま今でも使えます。
So I think we'll do the questions here if you want. And then we'll take questions directly from the audience too after that.
So I'll do the questions in English once and then just say it in Japanese. And じゃあお客さんから来た質問なんですけど、クレイグは DSB が違法なことに使えるって言ってるんですけど、Bitcoin.com とかビットメインのこれに関しての意見は何なんですか？So Craig is saying DSV can be used for illegal activities. What is Bitcoin.com and Bitmain's view on this?
my shoe can be used for illegal activities. I can take it off my foot and hit you on the head with it, and that would be illegal. But that doesn't mean shoes should be illegal. And just because DSV or Bitcoin or anything can be used for illegal activities doesn't mean it should be illegal. So it's just more nonsense from Craig.
言っちゃえば僕の靴だって違法なことに使えるし、もう自分の足から靴を取って他の人の頭をぶったりとかできるけど、だからって靴を違法にしろっていうのはもうおかしいし、いつも通りクレイグから言ってるおかしいことだと思います。
なるほど。
I'll do the next question. 次の質問なんですけど、このハッシュ戦争はどれぐらい続くと思いますか？いつ終わると思いますか？ So it's, how long do you think this hash war will go on? When do you think it will end?
So I think the whole upgrade and everything was kind of over before it began. The ABC side, we had all of our cards ready to play, and as soon as the fork block hit, we played all of our cards, and it wasn't even close. ABC had it from right out of the gate all the way to today. So Bitcoin Cash is continuing, and BSV can do whatever they want to do, and we wish them good luck. But it wasn't even close. So it's already done. It was done from day one, basically, or from block one.
この戦争が始まる前から終わってたようなものなんだと思ってるんですけど、もう最初のブロックからもう全然 ABC の方が勝ってるので、こっちの方でも十分ハッシュパワーは準備してあって、全然戦争っていう面では全然近くもないので、もう終わったと同じようなことだと思います。Okay. So next question. このまま両側リプレイプロテクションを足さないとしたら、ビットコインキャッシュはこのまま使えないってことですか？ Basically, it's if both sides don't add replay protection, does that mean we will not be able to use Bitcoin Cash while this goes on?
No, you can use Bitcoin Cash right now to buy another beer. And the worst possible thing that could possibly happen is that your wallet will send the Bitcoin Cash and BSV, which is an extra maybe 15%. So you'll pay a little bit extra if you don't split off your BSV, but we'll see how long the price of BSV sticks around and what percentage of Bitcoin Cash it is, but you never know. It might stick around for a while, it might not, but go and use CoinX to split off your coins is probably the easiest way, and then you can get some extra Bitcoin Cash that way.
ビットコインキャッシュはもう今まで通り今でも使えて、一番最悪起きることは同時にビットコインキャッシュで支払いした時に SB コインも送っちゃうっていうことで、今の値段だったら 15% ぐらいだと思うんですけど、 SB コインはそれはどれだけ続くかもわからない、もう少し続くかもしれないけど、一番いいのはもし例えばコイン X とかそういう交換所で分けて SB の方をビットコインキャッシュに変えたら少しビットコインキャッシュが増えてそのまま使えるってことです。ビットコイン .com のウォレットの中に入ってるコインなんですけど、いずれ SB コインもそこでもらうことはできるんですか？ What is the status of coins in Bitcoin.com wallet? Will we be credited with our Bitcoin SV?
So by design, the Bitcoin.com wallet puts you in charge of your own keys. So you have 100% complete control of your money all the time, regardless of what crypto coin is being used with the keys that are in your wallet. So right now, if your wallet has not received any split coins into it, it has the exact same unified coins, for lack of a better word. You can send both the SV and the BCH coins from your wallet. If you've received some coins that are only the ABC Bitcoin Cash version, then your SV are stuck in the wallet until you use your seed to import them some other way. And maybe we'll build a tool for that later on.
ビットコイン .com のウォレットのデザインではもうユーザーが自分の秘密鍵を管理するデザインなので、 SB コインもそこでちゃんと SB コインがビットコインそこに入ってるコインと同じ数 SB コインも入ってて、そこの後に ABC コインとか入ってきたり ABC コインだけのコインが入ってきたりとか、そういうことがあるとちょっとその残高は変わってくるけど、一番いいのは自分で自分のコインをスプリットすることで今後もそういったツールを出そうかどうか今考えています。So the next question. SB 側は BCH のチェーンを攻撃すると言ってますが、これは可能ですか？ So SB is saying they will attack the BCH chain, but is this possible to do?
Anything's possible, but there's, you know, the SV side has been just filled with a string of broken promises and promising all sorts of things for months and months and months, and it's always, oh, we're going to do it soon, but not right now, later, and then it never ever comes to fruition. And so I'm not actually worried about it in reality. I suppose I could be hit by lightning walking home from this restaurant tonight, but I'm not going to worry about that one bit because it's technically possible, but it's not going to happen.
まあ可能って言ったらまあ何でも可能とは言えるけど、一応 SB 側とかはもうずっと約束を破ってきてるばっかりで、こうやるああやるとか言いながら全然何もやってきてないことが多いため、それだけではなく非常に可能性が少ないと思ってあんまり心配していません。例えば今日僕このお店を出て雷が落ちて死ぬ可能性もあるかもしれないけど、別にそういうことはあんまり心配しないということで特に心配してません。So that's the end of the question.
Any questions from the audience? なんか他の質問があれば。And if there's not, I actually think that.
So how important do you see that currently on both chains there's a single entity which has more than 51% hash power, either in pools or like in CoinGeek's by themselves? How important do you think is the distribution of hash power?
今両側のサイド見ると51% 以上のハッシュレートをコントロールしているプールとかがいたりするんですけど、それに関してはどう思いますか？
I don't think that is accurate in regards to the BCH side. There's
Bitcoin holding, right? I mean, Bitcoin holding has the various pools.
So BTC top is not Bitmain. Via BTC, Bitmain owns a stake in but doesn't own all of it, and then BTC.com and Antpool though are mainly Bitmain. But the hash rate that's on those pools come from the public, and the public can point their hash rate wherever they want. Sometimes, yeah. So, but in the case of the BSV, pretty clearly, like Calvin Ayre has some large percentage of that hash rate belongs to him. I think very little of it's from the public at large. But at the end of the day, if something's useful, use it. And decentralization, I think, is just the tool we use to achieve censorship resistance. It's not a goal in and of itself, but generally speaking, more decentralization is better than less. But good luck translating all that.
まあ、とりあえず見てみるとどっちかというと BCH 側は 51% 以上一つのとこがコントロールしてるっていうのはないんですけど、 SB 側を見ると、まあ、今の段階だとコインギークカルビンエアが、まあ、51% 以上コントロールしている状態なんですけど、まあ、そういう非中央集権っていうのはセンサーシップを止めるために使うものであって、まあ、使えるものはとりあえず使おうっていうことですね。
Recognize this guy.
I'm going to throw you a softball here. Does the white paper mention anything about where hash power should or shouldn't come from, i.e. rented hash power, leased hash power, owned hash power, anything along those lines?
ワイトペーパーではハッシュパワーはどこから来るべきだっていうことは書いてありますか？レントしたり借りてるハッシュパワーだとか自分が持ってるハッシュパワーじゃないとダメだとか、そういうことはワイトペーパーに書いてありますか？
So to answer a totally different question first, the white paper also never ever mentions decentralization. That word doesn't appear even once in the white paper at all. In regards to the actual question, no. In a word, no. And I see a lot of the BSV side claiming that we cheated with hash rate, and it's like, just stop and take a step back and think, like, the entire point of Bitcoin is like a proof of work. It's your proof of work. We've been proving that we've been doing way more work on the Bitcoin Cash chain than the BSV chain. It's not even close. And it's just, I don't know, I'm trying to be nice, but it's a bunch of sore losers from my point of view.
まあ簡単に言うとそういうことはもちろんホワイトペーパーには一切書いてないってことなんですけど、ホワイトペーパーに書いてあることは、まあ、プルーフ・オブ・ワークっていう仕事の証明 POW でどっからハッシュレートが来ただろうが、それはもう仕事をしてるプルーフ・オブ・ワークをしてるので、それはもう電気を使ってる、エネルギーを使ってお金を使ってチェーンを守ってるっていうプルーフ・オブ・ワーク証明なのでまあ、ホワイトペーパー通りに動いてるってことですね。
僕は、ABC 側と ABC 側すごくこう尊重してるというか、絶対こっちだと思ってるんですけども、でビットコインキャッシュイズビットコインと思ってるんですけども、一つクレイグ・ライトが言うビットコインはそれこそ余計な機能いらないと、決済手段として生まれたビットコインに余計な機能をつけるなって言ってると思うんですけども、そこに対して今回そのビットコインをビットコイン上でですね、例えばそのスマートコントラクト機能とか愛称できるようにするっていうところに関しては、そのビットコインの今後の普及のためにやってると思うんですけども、決済手段としてのビットコインとまた今やろうとしていることっていうのはなんかこうどうなんですかね、矛盾はしないのかなってところを聞きたいです。
So he's basically saying he's a supporter of Bitcoin ABC, and he believes Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin. But one thing that comes to mind to him is like Craig Wright says that there should, Bitcoin, there should be no other functions added to Bitcoin. It should be kept as simple, just for payments, and that's what Bitcoin is. What are your views on this?
So I'm very sympathetic to that point of view. One thing that the in-chain side has been saying repeatedly is that we need to lock down the protocol and make it stable so that businesses can build on top of it. I'm totally on board with that. I like what they're saying, but what they're doing is the exact opposite. They're threatening to attack every chain. They're making all sorts of changes to their chain with new opcodes to steal funds from other chains. So what they're saying and what they're doing are two opposite things. And I really agree and like what they're saying in regards to make a stable base protocol that everybody can build on top of. I love that. I'm on board with that. But the actions are totally different from what they're actually saying. So, and actions speak louder than words. So both ABC and SV are making some changes to the base layer. And I'm sympathetic to not making any changes and just locking it down so people can build upon it reliably. But the fact that SV is attacking ABC for making changes when SV is making all sorts of changes and attacking this and attacking that just makes them a bunch of hypocrites.
その件に関しては僕も全く同じ考えで、プロトコルをロックダウンしてもう変えないようにして、みんないろんな人が安心してその上に開発できるようにするっていうのは私も完全に賛成で、それは賛成なんですけど、彼らのでも実際取ってる行動、他のチェーンをアタックするだとか攻撃するだとか、いろんな言ってることとやってることが全然違うので、それに関しては一切賛成できない。で結局言うことより実際やってることの方が大事だと思うので、でもそのプロトコルをロックダウンして安定するっていうことには完全賛成です。
I think
One last one. I was going to give you the floor, actually.
I was going to ask, now that the fork is over, what are some cool things that DSV might enable?
that's the perfect opportunity. I was about to actually give the floor to Gabriel here, who also works at Bitcoin.com on our developer platform, doing all sorts of amazing stuff. So I'm a little bit tired out already, but I'm going to turn over to Gabriel because he's going to tell you the answer to his question, because he's the guy who's building all the awesome things that people are going to build on top of Bitcoin Cash now. So here's Gabriel. Thank you, guys.
So first off, let's just give a round of applause to Roger. Thank you for everything, Roger.
I'm going to take your seat, though.
So I have one more question. Can I ask one more question? Sorry.
Go for it.
Is it safe for merchants to accept Bitcoin Cash? お店がビットコインキャッシュでの支払いを受け付けても今は安全ですか?
Atarimai, of course.
Thank you.
Yes, so as you know, we just had a fork and we enabled check data sig and data sig verify, and so some exciting things that we might see come from that are like prediction markets or on-chain betting, which is very exciting. And then another very exciting thing we have happening right now in the Bitcoin Cash ecosystem is what we're calling the Tokenomics explosions. So right now there are about 11 different token proposals that we've identified. There are 2 that we're supporting at Bitcoin.com, Wormhole, which is a fork of Omni by Bitmain, and it has ERC20 tokens, ERC721 non-fungible tokens. We have stablecoin, we have a DEX on our roadmap, we also have smart contracts coming with our own virtual machine, and we have virtual blockchains. And then we're also supporting SLPs. So anybody in here who's a developer, please check out developer.bitcoin.com and reach out to me personally if you want to learn how to build really amazing things on Bitcoin Cash.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
that once in Japanese? Want to try?
In the most simple way. すいません、今の結構難しいんですけど、Gabriel Cardona がBitcoin.com の開発者なんですけど、これからもう DSB ができたことによって、もういろんなスマートコントラクト的な、もういろんなすごい面白いこともBitcoinキャッシュの上でできるようになって、これからもすごい機能も増えていくっていうことですね。
Right. Thank you. There's one right there.
In the medium term, do you know how many tokens that Bitcoin.com will be supporting?
That we will personally be supporting.
Again, the wallet or?
Bitbox or?
Yes, so we're tossing around ideas for tokens internally right now. I think right now the best answer to that is that we have SDKs which enable people to create tokens. So for example, maybe around a month ago, Via BTC launched their Via token on Wormhole and raised $30 million. And then there are teams right now which are launching stable coins backed by diamonds, and then Token.io is using our platform to do their stable coin. So I think at the current moment the best answer is that we have the tools which enable developers to create tokens, and we will soon have tokens in our wallet as well.
What about token implementations?
Token implementations. So there are a bunch that I've identified, I think 11 right now. So Wormhole and SLP are the most promising to me. Wormhole, as I mentioned, is a fork of Omni. And it's now, Jihan told us the other day that they've just wrapped up porting over Omni, and now they're officially starting work on their smart contracts. It's very much like Ethereum, it's account-based. And then there's also SLP, which is very much like colored coins. It's based on UTXO. But we've also identified Counterparty Cash, colored coins, Kyoken, Honeybagger, the group proposal, Bitcoin token, and that's 6 that come to immediately mind. So there's 10 proposals that I know of. If anybody knows out there, I'd be interested to add them to my slides. But basically, we're calling it the Tocambrian explosion. So for the first 4 billion years on Earth, the life was very simple, and then there was the Cambrian era, and there was an explosion of different life forms, and now all the biodiversity we see in the world today draws back to that one moment, and we're witnessing that now in Bitcoin Cash. So we're having an explosion of different token proposals. Some of them will make sense, some of them won't, some of them will thrive in their ecosystem, some of them will die. But as the ones that thrive grow, they'll ultimately compete against each other in a Darwinian fashion, and the ultimate outcome will be some incredibly powerful token proposals on Bitcoin Cash. And the reason tokens will ultimately play out really well in Bitcoin Cash is because Ethereum, EOS, all these different platforms, they optimize to be world computers. They didn't optimize for cash. Everybody knows Bitcoin Cash is the greatest money the world has ever known, and that's what we optimize for. We have scale and throughput for days. We have 32 megabyte blocks now. We just turned on CTOR, which is going to enable graphene. And then we have on our roadmap to have terabyte blocks. So we want 10 billion people to be able to do 50 on-chain transactions a day. We feel like that enables the worldwide commerce as well as the Internet of Things and stuff we've not even thought about. And as our token proposals mature, and as we get things like pre-consensus in place where we will have a user experience of having a confirmation in about 2.5 seconds, our token platforms will ultimately be more powerful than Ethereum. And the reason I think that is because right now every single node in Ethereum executes every smart contract. So if you have a smart contract which becomes popular, such as CryptoKitties, which I think is very cool, the network clogs up. But that won't happen on Bitcoin Cash because we have scale and throughput for days, and our smart contracts are just op return. So they look like a normal transaction to every single node on the network, and only the network which need to decompile them and ultimately run them and validate them will actually have to deal with it. So ultimately, Bitcoin Cash's tokens will scale and have throughput in a way that Ethereum's will not.
So rather than Juro translating that into Japanese, I'm going to translate that into normal English. We heard a lot of fancy terms in there. We heard op return and CTOR and graphene, and like maybe some of the people here know what these are, but I'm sure lots and lots of people don't know what they are. So we've been hearing about CTOR a lot recently. ABC's doing CTOR. Well, what the heck is that? So a really, really easy way to think of what CTOR is it stands for Canonical Transaction Ordering, which is just another fancy way of saying alphabetical order, basically. So every
CTOR!
I got it. Yeah. Drop it like this is Master Volume. Which
party time!
It's a good thing we got that CTOR rap line right.
Hey Roger, wrap it up. Can I have you talk onto the mic real quick?
Testing. It's not working. What happened?
Let's see here. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, we're back. All right, back to that. So CTOR, as I was saying, is basically just a fancy name for like alphabetical ordering. So like when you actually look at all the transactions in a block, it used to just be any which way is just fine. Just toss them in there. Now with CTOR, if you look at the transactions block, each transaction basically has an identifier. You can see it, like it's in alphabetical order. So like the first one will be like 000 whatever. The next one will have like maybe one less zero, and you could, by looking at it, you can see, oh, these are in alphabetical order now, basically. So like, it's just a fancier name for that. And then so we heard about graphene. What the heck is graphene? I think I heard about that on Star Trek one time with the replicator, right? Like, no, all graphene is a fancy way to compress the amount of data that's required to transmit these blocks in the blockchain. If you have everything in alphabetical order, it makes it so you can require a whole lot less data to tell everybody which order they're going to be in on the other side. So it just is a fancy word for like data compression of transmitting the blocks around the network. We're about op return this, op return that. What are all these op returns? They're based on op returns. What is an op return? You can think of an op return as just a little place where you can put any text you want, any sort of little message attached with whatever Bitcoin transaction you make. So when you make your Bitcoin transaction and broadcast it to the network, there's this little thing called an op return where you can include a message. So all these token protocols and things you're hearing about, they just put the information that's required to keep track of who has what tokens and who's sending what tokens to who. They're just putting that in the little memo with the Bitcoin transactions, and this little memo field is called an op return. Were there any other crazy words that maybe people don't know what they're at and we should describe in regular English that I missed, or is that a good start? Yeah. So anyhow, I think it's important to talk about these things in words that people can understand. So next time you hear about CTOR, just think, oh, that means alphabetical order. Next time you hear about graphene, just think, oh, it just means like data compression. So instead of having to send the entire file, you can just send enough information so the other side can figure out what the file was to begin with. And op return is just like a memo field. So it's when you hear about it described that way, it's not so complicated or so hard to understand. When you hear about it with the crazy Star Trek words, it's like, oh my God, how could I ever figure out any of this? So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Cheers. Go Bitcoin Cash.